in the sports world, having a coach is positive. If you're a golfer, you have a golf coach, you have a strengths and nutrition coach, you might have many coaches, and for any sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
And coaches are looked on as favorable, and the best players have the best coaches.
Yes.
Why is it in the business world we think that's an error? Why is it in the business world that I think I'm bad
if I had
I
the
want
answer
to
to
coach?
that,
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
well, I think it's because in the athletic world, what you do as a job is viewed by thousands, maybe millions of people on an ongoing basis. So they see the benefit of your improvement, you know, whether you're a pitcher, a first baseman, whether you're a goalie, whether you're a quarterback, you know, you're in basketball, it doesn't matter, but your fans will be the judge of how good you are, okay? In the business world, a lot of these positions are kind of cloistered. They're known by people within the organization, but sometimes they can be masked, and the customers that company provides service for year after year after year may never realize the turmoil that's going on the inside. So people have a tendency to look at that and say,
They can hide.
yeah, you know, I mean, I may not be doing this well, but I'm making my numbers. I get that from salespeople all the time.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm making my numbers.
I'm making my numbers, so that should erase all the other bad stuff that I create that people don't like in the organization. So I tell companies all the time, say, look, the best time to bring in a coach is when you need help in an area you guys aren't experienced in. Sure, everybody needs to communicate in the organization, but if you guys, if your communication style isn't good enough to be able to raise the bar for everybody, maybe you need a new approach from the outside. Somebody that can come in and not get caught up in that culture and kind of immediately feel like they're being sucked into it. They can bring in a new way of doing it and help somebody rise above the challenges that they're facing. So a lot of times people bring in people from the outside because they realize they've run the gamut on what they can do internally.
Well, I think that makes total sense. And I think what you're talking about is human behavior. You know, it's hard for us, especially if we're in a role and we're successful, to say, you know, I need more. I need to be better. But at the end of the day, I still think whether you're in that sports environment or you're in that business environment, there is always room for improvement. There's no such thing as perfection.
Right.
And that we should always try to be the best that we can be. And sometimes that means bringing a coach in to help us through it.
Yes.
So even if you're good at communication, can you get better? Certainly can. Even if you're good at managing your time and your organization, can you get better? Certainly can. So never stop.
Well,
right?
and look, a lot of times people will say, I can always get better. I get that quite a bit. And so sometimes you might put yourself through some webinar series or online training to get exposed to better practices. So that might say to the community around you that you're working on that area, okay? The big difference between training and coaching is that with coaching, there's an expectation coming from a third party that you will do the work to be better. Not just
that accountability factor.
Expose yourself to information that might make you better. You're now being held accountable for doing what you've learned on the job in a daily routine to become better.